DeWanna Bonner, who is notoriously inactive on social media, has been officially waived by the Indiana Fever. The Indiana Fever supporters accepted her apology and remarked, "You almost had a heart attack when you first came to Indiana because you never seen your face that big on the Let's Get Started, DeWanna Bonner man?" In this banner she posted online, she is attacking fans in the typical WNBA fashion. "You got benched so damn fast because you suck." DeWanna Bonner wants to go out loud and talk trash like she did before joining the Fever. But now she's leaving and lashing out, and fans are calling her a snake. What really happened? Go out with a bang. As she's going, though, she's feeling the effects of the foolishness she was talking about last year when she was a member of the Connecticut Sun. When she was denigrating this organization, Bonner came to social media to defend herself after leaving the squad because she couldn't bear being called a quitter, but fans weren't buying it. She responded to him, and then she turned it into a messy drama where she was accused of battling with podcasters and abusing women. "I'm going to post on Instagram again, and I'm going to our Twitter or our X, or wherever the hell she freaking posted. It doesn't even matter, social media." And she's going to respond to the Indiana Gaslight session where she tries to accuse him of assaulting or attacking women, whereas all he was doing was calling her out on the bullcrap. But when the time comes, let's make sure the apologies are as genuine as possible. DeWanna Bonner was never known for posting on social media regularly, but now that she's in full clapback mode, just tweeted twice in 2 days, one of which reads, "A quitter? Nah, never been that." DeWanna Bonner is renowned for not being active on social media, but she just went and started clapping back because she had posted in the last 7 days. Loud as the disdain that line exploded. Followers immediately questioned her attitude and motivations when she left the Fever. "I've never been that way." But when the time comes, let's just make sure the apologies are as loud as disrespect in her 2 Instagram posts in the last 2 days, putting her in clapback mode after 34 posts over the previous 34 years. This tweet was made about 50 minutes ago, and the caption makes it clear that she is working out to quit in due time. Bonner was brought in as a 2-time champion to help the youthful group compete again, but sources say it wasn't a good fit from the beginning. "No, I've never been a quitter. But when the time comes, let's just make sure the apologies are as loud as the disrespect." This offseason, the Fever signed 2-time WNBA champion Bonner to help this young core team return to title contention. The move shocked fans and sparked rumors that Bonner quit because she couldn't handle being benched. She started just 3 games before being benched for Lexi Hall, and then left the team within 6 more games, according to what I've heard from a variety of sources. The Fever and Bonner were not a good fit from the beginning. The Fever had only won 1 title in 2012 and hadn't made it to the playoffs in 7 years prior to last season. So fit is just as important as experience in helping a team return to title contention. After 3 games in a starting role, Bonner was benched in favor of shooting guard Lexi Hull, and 6 games later, she was done with the Fever. Instead, she made a defiant statement that shocked fans online, especially since she had just been recorded by Hull. Normally, players thank the fans when they leave games. Even the most irate players on the planet leave if they have been a part of the team. At first, Bonner's role was criticized for leaving when the team was having trouble and refusing to play. Many believe that the team could have traded her if she had stayed on the field, but she sat down, gave no explanation, and let the backlash grow. I mean, it's ridiculous that she's crashing out online, and many people are claiming that this is the end of DeWanna Bonner's career. On the 24th, she recorded her first career double-double. They're veterans, and blah. They're going to thank the fan base. And it will be at the top much less than it was. The Indiana Fever, incidentally, first claimed personal reasons for Bonner's departure, but insiders disclosed the team was actively shopping her on the trademark, and when it became clear they couldn't move her, they were forced to waive her. Bonner had a $200,000 contract. The issue with finding a profitable trade option is evident. And when the truth came to light, Bonner wasn't just leaving. She was fighting her way out. She first offered personal reasons for her absence, but I later learned from a number of sources that the team was actually actively dropping her on the trade. Bonner has an unprotected $200,000 contract, but the WNBA has a hard salary cap that severely limits teams from making mid-season trades. So the Fever's only choice when they couldn't find a successful trade option was to waive her or sit on her contract. But neither would have helped. In addition to instructing other teams not to pick her up if she was released since she only wanted to go to the Mercury, where her girlfriend plays, basketball fans quickly condemned Bonner's choice to quit the team, calling it unprofessional and selfish rather than helping Indiana create a squad. In the meantime, apparently, Bonner tells all the other teams, "Don't pick me up if I'm waived. Don't pick me up. I'm going to the Mercury, where her girlfriend plays." We find out that she wants to leave town while organizing a personal reunion at the PS franchise's expense. Everything seemed great when DeWanna Bonner first joined the Fever, with her flag, a fresh breakfast, and being near her children. However, you are the quintessential quitter because you took a break from the team and then we found out that you didn't want to be with the team. Everything changed when she was benched. Instead of defending her position like a veteran, she vanished, citing a fit issue as the reason, but it was clear that she didn't want to be there when things got tough. That's not leadership. It's a calculated escape. You almost had a heart attack when you first got to Indiana because you had never seen your face so big on the field. You were playing outside like underscore, and Lexi Hall was playing well. Why? So your gums are all exposed and you were thrilled, until you almost had a heart attack and found out that you could have a fresh breakfast in the morning. You made sure to remark, "My kids are nearby. This is great." She quit, got what she wanted, and is now joining the team she always planned to join. Should we start you over, Lexi? That is utterly absurd. Bonner got exactly what she wanted, refused to play and received payment for 6 games she didn't play in. The Phoenix Mercury fans aren't buying her clapback posts. What's wrong with the league is that she is getting what she wants. She refused to play for a team, was paid to miss 6 games, and is going to the exact team she wanted to go to. So we're just looking for her to act like a victim, and the outrage isn't about her leaving, but rather about how she left, we ask themselves. What's the true purpose of this backlash on social media? Supporters contend that Caitlin Clark, who is carrying the league and is physically assaulted every night, should have been the one to skip the competition for personal reasons rather than DeWanna Bonner. Bonner, however, chose fans noticed the difference and told Bonner that one player was treated like a punching bag but kept grinding while the other ran, and that Clark had to sit here with a 23-year-old woman carrying a goddamn league on her. Baka league that doesn't even like her and a coach who curses. God forbid. She has been watching for 5 years, but now that she is coaching her, she feels that she is playing hero ball, even though, if that's what you want to call it, that's why the underscore we are watching her should have been. Clark should be the one to say, "Yo, I want to sit up for personal reasons." Even during Indiana's struggles, Clark endured injuries, including a painful groin strain, missing only a few games and returning without complaining, while Bonner was not even injured but chose not to play. The media began comparing the two players' mindsets, but Clark never used their differences. I have been driving home the idea on this site and online for the past few years, despite having great expectations. Bonner was unable to manage a bench role, and this comparison strengthened the belief that Bonner quit the team while Clark was battling for it after 2 weeks of whining that something was wrong with her legs. Is it the ongoing quad injury? No, it's something involving the lower half of her body, specifically a groin injury. We now know why she suffers from long range, where it requires some significant push on three-point shots, especially the ones she takes. And nothing is worse than a groin injury. Believe me, I've had a few. Despite being a rookie, Caitlin Clark showed more poise than Bonner, while Clark took hits. adapted to the offense and played well under pressure. Bonner, on the other hand, was benched and didn't contribute, but fans supported and encouraged Bonner despite her subpar performances. But now those same fans feel duped, especially after Bonner quit, and then had the gall to demand that those who had previously stood by her apologize for their actions. After you depart Indianapolis, you ready to accuse the Indiana Fever fans of racism again? No, they embraced you and stuck by you in spite of your subpar play, which cost you 7 points per game and resulted in your benching very soon. After Bonner started clapping back on Instagram, the backlash against her increased, instead of expressing regret or providing an explanation. She intensified her criticism of her Clark fans, particularly those who were offended sucked. You were unable to make a shot and you chose to remain completely invisible from the offense. DeWanna Bonner's posts were seen as insignificant and insulting to the Fever culture that Clark is cultivating. And many noted that despite relentless criticism and media pressure, Clark never treated teammates or supporters disrespectfully. Now, Bonner is only responding at random. What's up? What's wrong with this league, man? What's wrong we're getting? She's also replying to Instagram messages and applauding back, and it's just weird. She is achieving her goals by refusing to play for a club, receiving compensation for missing 6 games and traveling to the team sure, simply looking at it and asking, what's the point of this social media clapback? I wanted to go to the identical team. Her fans aren't naive. They saw her turn down the opportunity to play, pick up checks, and enter Phoenix. DeWanna Bonner didn't just walk away. She quit, got paid, and ended up precisely where she wanted to. She's clapping back on social media as if it was always her plan. But when you leave your team in the middle of rebuilding and keep acting like the victim, that's snake behavior. She's getting what she wants. She got paid to skip 6 games, refused to play for a team, and is going to as we examine it, we ask ourselves, what's the point of this social media backlash to gain a few brownie points with the 5% of your fan base that will always be there for you? She's going to the exact team she wanted to attend. Let's put an end to those fans' craze, please. They waived her so they could bring back players who truly wanted to play. And that's why fans called her a quitter-not, because she had personal issues. But because she gave up, abandoned the team. And are going to love you Bonner's trade value fell to the point where Indiana had to cut her. Bonner and her camp blamed the illness on her having everything, including a starting position, close proximity to family, and her former coach. And still leaving the same supporters who embraced her. She is trying to change the narrative because it is impossible to fake loyalty, especially in a fervent fan base like Indiana's. Her supporters are calling her toxic, but that's not betrayal. It's a response to being burned. She played the long game to get to Phoenix, and then you act like you never won a 6th Player of the Year award. You've won it 3 times, so you know what it's like to produce coming off the bench. That shouldn't have even been a concern. Problem. Like that, let's be honest, you realized that you were about 2 years away from the wheelchair Olympics at this point. You missed Thomas, you wanted some bread, and you were tired of having phone sex with her. In the meantime, Caitlin Clark is playing through pain and pressure. And Bonner decided on drama and DMs. Bonner's insistence that fans apologize turned them off even more since the league needed leaders, not athletes looking for easy landings. Her behavior was seen as arrogant and passive-aggressive. And the final nail in her Indiana legacy sources demonstrated that Bonner only wanted to play in Phoenix. So she basically forced her way out by telling teams not to claim her if she waived, which is not only unprofessional but also selfish because it showed that her loyalty was to her comfort rather than the Fever or her teammates. And fans won't tolerate that. People who act like they're committed but then leave are called snakes. When you publicly declare, "Oh, are you prepared to accuse the Indiana Fever supporters of racism once more when you leave Indianapolis?" Instead of apologizing, the fans encouraged her to leave after welcoming you and your 7 points each game. Yet you were benched so quickly because you suck? Bonner's supporters say she let everyone down, including the team in the locker room, and that she should have stayed to support the team instead of trying to change the narrative by trying to make herself untradeable, which is why she was waved off. She left Indianapolis, and no one is welcoming her back. The fans can see that she got everything she wanted, quit the Fever, and joined her favorite team. Why is she still lash out on social media? DeWanna Bonner wants an apology in due time. Clark is over here calling you a locker room leader. You literally failed everyone because you're a horny ass. Mrs. Alyssa Thomas. If anyone should have shouted, "Yo, I want to sit up for personal reasons," should have been Clark at this time. As everyone knows by now, DeWanna Bonner has been officially stricken by the Indiana Fever. Please share your thoughts in the space provided below, and don't forget, Two's story is far from over. So thank you for watching, and please click the like button, subscribe for more in-depth WNBA conversations, and activate notifications so you don't miss a second.